Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over some updates on new car sales. Before we get in this video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below, and some of the information provided in today's video comes from Cox Automotive. Let's get into it. So the big headline figure is that August has seen a year-over-year sales volume increase of almost 19%. That is correct. That outpaces what we've seen with most year-over-year increases, which is pretty crazy. Now, on top of that, we are also most likely going to see a month-over-month sales volume increase of about 3.2% from July, which isn't too crazy because August has slightly more selling days compared to July. And August is just always a busier month. I remember when I was in car sales, I always loved when August came around because June and July were horribly hot because it's in the middle of the summer and there just weren't that many customers. But then as soon as August would come around, things would start to somewhat cool off right towards the end of the month in terms of temperature, but then things would heat up when it came to sales. And so I always was pretty fond of August as a sales month. Now, this puts the estimated amount of cars to be sold in a year at 15.4 million units. This is down from July's estimate of 15.7 million units. So although August technically saw more car sales, it kind of pulled things back a little bit. And a big part of that is because August has more selling days compared to July and fewer cars were sold on a daily basis, if that makes sense. So like, even though the total amount ended up being more, you know, the daily amount sold was slightly lower. So that's what kind of brings down the total amount. So hopefully that makes sense. But a big part of this sales increase is obviously the things that we've been talking about. You know, these lower prices, again, they're still high historically, but they're lower compared to last year, have been pulling more retail customers in, right? There's more discounts, rebates, cemented rates. And then on top of that, right, you've got all of the fleet sales, especially into rental fleets, which are really boosting up the new car market. And both parties aren't showing any signs of slowing down, especially on the fleet sales. Again, the year-over-year increases with the retail sales are not nearly as strong as fleet, but they are still increasing. And that's where I want to kind of talk about the car market moving forward, especially moving into the fall sales time, because the next few months are extremely important for the automotive industry. Basically, what you have from August until November, basically just before Black Friday, is a pretty strong sales pace for most, dealerships, for most automakers here in the US. Not nearly as strong as after, Black Friday, but still really strong. And so this is the time where you see a lot of automakers release bigger discounts to try to get rid of the old inventory because they've got the new stuff coming in. On my review channel, I'm starting to review 2024 model year cars. And so all the 23s that are left on dealer lots, those getting big dealer discounts are also getting bigger manufacturer discounts as well. And so there's gonna be a big push to get rid of all of that over the next few months. And so I think that's going to help, basically push forth consistent sales volume. But at the same time, we've also had a really big buildup of inventory over the last year. This is the most amount of new car inventory that the automotive industry has seen in the last 2+ years. And so what this means is that this is probably also going to be the biggest discounts that we've seen in the last 2+ years because manufacturing is not slowing down. Like, it is still at increasing in terms of the pace with what you see with most automakers. So that just means there's going to be more and more inventory as this year progresses, which means there's most likely going to be bigger discounts. And then because there's going to be bigger discounts, there's going to be more people jumping into the market. So I think things are going to get pretty crazy. And I think we're going to see not only huge discounts at the end of the year, especially post Black Friday, but we are going to see a situation where you're just going to have tons and tons of people going to dealerships. Not everyone's going to buy, but I think that this is going to push up the overall, sales pace. Now, I still don't think we're going to reach that 16 million unit range for, new car sales here in the US market. But I do think that we're going to get pretty dang close. It's going to be somewhere in the mid 15 million unit range, again, based on what we're seeing so far and based on this trend that I think is going to happen. But I want you guys to let me know what you think is going to happen. Do you think that sales are going to start to pull back? Or do you think that sales are going to increase kind of like I'm predicting? I'll see you.